All right, all right. I believe we are live on Facebook. Let me check. Yes, 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 we are live. So, welcome everyone. Happy Tuesday.
Hello.
We've got to shout it, we got to sing it, we got to do all because in the world of craziness,
Yes.
if we don't keep our peace together and love in our hearts and tune out all the foolishness,
Tell you.
we have to do that. Welcome back, everyone. I'm gonna turn it over to Lewis real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and share our pages, and we'll come right back.
All right,
Okay.
greetings, everyone. I want to welcome everyone this evening to another edition of Caribbean Rhythms and Caribbean Diaspora Vibes. This evening, we are celebrating our women as we go into International Women's Month. We wanted to big up all uno. You are number one in our life. We can't do without you.
Right?
And so this evening we want to, appreciate the things you guys been doing for us. You keep the house together, you keep the community together, you keep churches together, you keep organization together, you even keep things together at work. Even when it's not your business, you keep it together. That's what a woman does. And so I am proud. I am glad to be part of this segment today where we can appreciate all our women. And my thing, Donna, this year I wanted to make sure we are appreciating the women around us, not just those who have done great things. We have
Right.
done that every single year, but we want to appreciate those in our home, in our church, in our community, those that we are seeing and touching every day. We want to big
Yes.
you up because of what you do. Welcome everyone this evening to CRRFM, and we're glad to have all of you ladies on the panel with us this evening.
Yes, it's so important, Louis, like you said, to appreciate, especially beginning in our home. Everything has to always begin
Yeah,
at home, right? So,
absolutely, yes.
um, can't take we sometimes we do take people for granted. But we have to kind of remember all those small things, the caretakers,
Yes.
people giving medicine to those at home, people helping to raise kids, to pick up, to cook, to clean, all these things,
Hmm.
um, at home. Very, very critical. So welcome back to Women's History Month. And really, like we say, we kind of ruled things all year, but we'll go ahead and take this month, all right, to appreciate. My name is Donna Morgan, and I'm the president of Caribbean American Diaspora Alliance, president of Women of Culture, Inc., where we support women, children, and families affected by homelessness, incarceration, and trauma. Real estate broker at Florida Summer Homes Realty, life insurance broker, and mindset coach. And we just want to welcome and thank you, amazing, amazing women, for taking the time out of your busy, busy schedule. We're gonna go ahead. Well, let me, of course, welcome back Dr. Arlene. How are
Thank
you?
Big up, big up.
Awesome. I'm so glad to be here. I am jumping up my seat.
Dr.
Welcome
Arlene was
back.
just like, "Where's Lewis been? We haven't seen." I'm like,
I
"Lewis has been
know.
playing when he's available." I'm like, "No, we're taking a break." So,
Yes, yes, yes. It's
and he's
good
had
to good to be here.
busy, everybody's got a busy schedule, and we just kind of jump on to make it work and to
Yes.
continue sharing and empowering the community because that's what it's all about, right? So we're going to go ahead and we get started with just hearing the stories and the journeys of our two guests for tonight. We're going to start off with Jennie Joseph, who is a midwife.
Mm.
And
Nice.
I met Jennie a couple months back, and I'm like, wow, I've got to get this woman on. And then it was like, perfect. So, Jennie, tell us a little bit about who you are, your heritage, etc.
Yes.
Welcome, Miss Jenny.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yes.
much. And I love what you said, Lewis. Just recognizing, mothers hold up the world, right? Women hold up the world.
Yeah.
Like you either are a mother or you have a mother. Like there
Yes.
you go. Like everybody's included in this particular club. And I've been working around women my entire adult life. I'm was born in England. My parents emigrated from Barbados and Dominica in the 1950s. My dad joined the Royal Air Force, and we were all born, raised, four siblings, and grew up in the UK. And then I had this bee in my bonnet about coming to Disney World. So I came over here and I met the man of my dreams. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going back.
Wow.
Came back and we
Nice,
got married.
nice.
I had all the stars in my eyes. The streets are paved with gold, right? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I get here and I'm like, oh, oops. They don't even know what a midwife is. Can you believe it? I mean, everywhere in the world, midwives are normal caretakers of, maternity. They take care of mothers and babies during normal pregnancy births and postpartum time. Doctors take care of complications. But no, in the US, it's completely flipped. Doctors are taking care of normal. OB doctors are basically the provider for maternity care. And few people can remember midwives from back in the day. Some midwives are still out there trying to, work either in hospitals or in home environments. But it was really strange. 1989, they were like laughing in my face. Like, what do you mean? You're a midwife? And it took me a good while to understand the history of Black midwifery in the United States, specifically because it was the African midwives during enslavement who delivered America, right? It was the so-called granny midwives in the Jim Crow era who delivered everybody, white and Black, at home until hospitals became the place. So it's been quite a journey for me to make this transition. I've been in the United States since 1989. That's a long time. And I'm still struggling with finding my footing and having people understand that when you're healthy and there's nothing wrong with you, a midwife is a really good and safe choice. And it doesn't have to be in your home, it can be in the birthing center. I have a birthing center here in Winter Garden. And we also have options for people to have their babies in the hospital with the OB. So it's been really interesting. That's the best word I'm going to use today as far as that journey from the UK to the US, but also recognizing that no matter where you are in the world, women, mothers, birthing people are the ones that bring life and support us through life, right? We're caretakers at the beginning, we're caretakers at the end. And we found that, along the way, when we support women, when we support in the real, tangible way, our communities thrive. You have a
Absolutely.
woman who is whole, who is safe, who is educated, who is supported, who is loved, problem solved.
Amen. Absolutely.
Tell us, so I know you've got
Good.
some Caribbean mix up going on. Tell us
Yes.
about that.
Yes. So my dad was actually born in Dominica, but he was in Barbados from a early teenage. So I think he thinks he's Bajan, and we'll just leave it there. My mother was Barbadian, and they met in Barbados and moved to the UK, like I said. I grew up then as a UK Black, as we call ourselves, right? Like we are West Indian descent, but we only know that British European way of being, right? And so that's a whole other subculture, if you will, in terms of West Indian, right? Because you're children of West Indians, but West Indians who are living the Commonwealth life, right? They are assimilating into these different cultures. So then I get to the United States and I find that, there's such a diaspora, there's such a cross section of all of us that, considered Black people, but yet so very diverse, right? And
Mm.
so as now an American, I became an American citizen. I have, British passport, I have an American passport, I have a Dominican passport. Like I'm like all over the place. But, one of the things that I hold very dear is that tradition of taking care of women, as a historical and indigenous way of being, right? Like this is our roots, our ancestry. This is the work we do as midwives is ancestral work. It is continuing on that legacy
It is,
of
yes.
learning these skills, these traditions, these arts, empirically, right? We look at midwifery as not just the clinical part, but the spiritual part and the emotional part and the holistic part and the family part, right? So I feel like my West Indian roots have really helped me be able to work in midwifery in a very medicalized and cold, I would say, like difficult structure, right? We don't do well in America as far as birthing because you see and hear those statistics, 3 to 4 times as many Black women are, dying or being harmed during their labor and delivery or during their pregnancy. We don't see that when we work in the midwifery model because we're looking at this whole person. We're looking at that relationship to their family and their needs. We're taking on all of these other aspects by centering mama baby, centering the family, essentially centering the community. And I don't know if I would be practicing midwifery the same way if I didn't have that heritage, if I didn't have that in my DNA. My auntie was a nurse. My other auntie was a midwife. I had a cousin who was a midwife, and it's
Wow.
there in our blood, right? It's part of who we are. Midwives and healers have that sort of like, it's just there. And so, yeah, I mean, I think, and living in different continents as well, recognizing
Mhm.
how outcomes are different based on the biases, based on the infrastructure, based on the ways of being that literally impact your physiology, that put you in danger. So, you can always go back to the straightforward way where we have always led, which is that we take care of ourselves and each other, um, like our lives literally depend on it. And that's what I find is really still present no matter where I practice.
Very good. Very good, Jenny. We want to thank you for the work you've been doing,
Thank you.
the many lives that you have put out into the world. That is a very significant part of everyone's life, and that is a very, significant part of your business. But when did you found out or recognize or realize that you have the passion? I know it's run in the
Mhm.
family,
Yeah.
but not everything that runs in a family, everyone pick it up. When did you found out that, you know what, this is my passion. This is what I want.
That's right. It's a great question. And I was 16. I can remember it quite vividly. And I wanted to start training right away. And I was too young. They wouldn't let me in until I was 20. And I fought hard. I got in at 19. So I knew from that 16-year-old, young girl, I need to do this. I'm just literally, I was hardly really aware of what it was. Barely knew how you made a baby, right? But I knew that I was going to be in that field. And I started at 19 and trained in London in Edgware General Hospital in 1979. And I have done nothing else in my entire adult life. I've been doing this work 45 years at this point, and there's not a day where I regret doing this work. So I know I answered my calling and I feel
Yes,
it.
amen,
And
amen.
so many, like you say, over the years, I mean, my original English babies, grandparents at this point, right? So it's just thinking about over the years, I don't even know how many babies I've delivered. I stopped counting.
Of course, of course.
Mhm.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Did you
Thank you.
ever go into the hospital at all, or
Oh,
you
yes.
kind of
I
okay?
was trained in the hospital, which is why I was so shocked when I got here because they're like, oh, get away. We only take registered nurses and we only want this degree and that. I'm like, hello, been catching babies for 10 years. But they were like, never mind, we don't want you. So I went into this community space, but that was important because I didn't realize how much need was in the community space, right?
Yes,
We're
yes.
running outpatient clinics now for women who are going to the hospital for birth, but they want the midwife care for their pregnancy. They want the midwife care for the postpartum. They want to be surrounded by that love and support that they can't find in these clinical spaces because of the busyness and, the insurance and all the constraints that is on the American healthcare system.
With the knowledge and the education and the wisdom that I'm feeling coming out of you. I hope that in the future, you're still a young woman, beautiful woman,
Yes.
that you will do some teaching for the community to continue, maybe in a school setting where you are teaching other young women to become midwives, because
Lewis,
we,
I'm
we don't
smiling.
do that here.
I'm smiling while you're speaking because you're like a prophet, sir. I've had a midwifery school since 1995. And then in 2020, we finally got accredited. I'm the first and only Black-owned private midwifery school in the United States that is
Awesome.
accredited. So you just said everything that was on my heart, and I was blessed to be able to bring it to fruition. We have 3 cohorts currently going through, and we just got licensed to practice in California, so we'll be opening a California satellite. Yes,
When
sir.
you're ready to open in Florida, I'll be right here waiting for you.
We've been open. We've been open here. We've
You've
been in
been
Florida.
here.
Yes.
Where are you?
We're in Winter Garden.
Winter
In
Garden.
Winter Garden. Okay,
Mhm.
very good. Yes, you did
Yes.
say.
So Florida, California, and
We have students across the country. Since COVID, we went hybrid. We
okay.
have our preceptors and our clinical sites are wherever they live, and then they come into the school twice a year for the hands-on didactic work, but the skills tests and so on. But we're doing everything over the internet now, and it's working really well. And again, because of the accreditation, we are keeping up the standard and making sure that when they graduate, they're ready to be licensed and they can also earn, depending on which state they live, they can take Medicaid, insurance, and they can set up their own practices and stay community-based. And that was the purpose of the school. We wanted community midwives to be able to support families who have no access to quality care.
I would like to ask a question. So are these students generic, or they have completed the nursing program?
Yes, they're directly into midwifery and they finished with a diploma in midwifery and they're licensed under their state or under our national certification, which is Certified Professional Midwife, CPM. So whereas nursing has LPN, registered nurse, and so on, we have nurse midwife or certified professional midwife. So they are the direct entry. They don't have to have nursing. Many of them do have that, but it's not a requirement, and they don't have hospital privileges. They work in birthing centers, clinics, and or at home.
Awesome.
Do
Very
you
good.
see an interest of people coming into the field?
Oh my goodness, they're breaking the doors down, right?
Yeah, I
We're
should think
steady
so.
trying to get scholarships and support for the folk, especially low-income people who want to come up into this career pathway. We encourage a lot of people to go ahead and get their nursing training first so they can stack on, as they grow through their medical professions. But yeah, it's a lot of interests because women have realized they're not getting support.
Right.
And so they realize after they've had their child, no, I don't want this to happen to another woman. I'm going to go and do this training so I know how to support other people through their only take care of normal people. Midwives only do normal. We're not obese. We don't do surgery. We're not looking to do complicated cases. But the vast majority of people are normal and healthy.
Or
So,
high risk.
Yes, very
It
good.
makes a difference. I've been with one of my daughter-in-laws, and the home setting
yes.
it's a beautiful thing. It's completely different from the hospital. Completely different. So I can see where more people
Mhm.
or gravitate and want as we go back into the holistic way. And as you mentioned, this is how it's the African tradition, it's the culture.
Yes. Yes,
Exactly.
I
yes.
love it.
We were, and if I could, Donna, I always try to take a biblical look on all of these things that we talk about. But if you remember in Moses' days, Uncle Moses' days, the midwives
Yep.
were us. We were the midwife. And because we operate so well after Pharaoh tried to get rid of
That's
the
right.
babies, God rewarded these women.
That's
All
right.
of these women now that are now scattered in the Caribbean, that's where we get our training from. Everything come from there. So my experience with midwife, my daughter, my second grandson last year is one and going at 1.5 now. So we were looking between doctors, and my daughter came up with something about with midwife, and I was intrigued because I have not heard that name since I've been in the United States
Yes.
since '89.
Mhm.
And I said, "Wow, take me there." And so we went. I'm not sure if it's yours, but we went to one in Winter Park, and
Oh,
we
yes,
looked
there was
around.
one. Alice was there. Alice Pillay. She was the
Something like
midwife.
that. So we
Yes.
looked around and we see this. We walk into this nice layout place down there, and we have a bedroom here with
Yes.
one bed, and then we have another bedroom and with bathtub and all these things. And I'm like, "Are you serious?" So I said to my daughter, "Come on, let's go," because I was very involved with her pregnancy at the time. I wanted to, it gave me a total different perspective on women and baby and
Yes.
all these creation. I wish all men would get this experience seriously,
Yeah.
we need to get these experiences and see what women go through to conceive, to have, to nurture a baby till the day that baby come out 9 months and hug it up when it comes out, and it's a different world altogether. More appreciation and love for all my women.
Yes.
Donna, may I share something? One of my aunts, Beatrice Idol Maud Wainwright, she was a midwife. She passed away a few years ago, but she had a large birthing center in Kingston, Jamaica, and delivered hundreds of babies. And she trained lots of nurses. I was thinking today if her daughter, who is also a midwife, I'd probably look at it through your lens and said, you know, this is a legacy, a heritage. We need to continue. I'm sure there would be, it would be still viable today. It was sold and turned into a nursing home, but for years and years, and lots of the young nurses came who were interested in maternity. And of course, I mean, she was known all over Kingston. She took the worst part of Jamaica, and they were like, Nurse Wainwright, Nurse Wainwright. So I thought I liked midwifery until I saw all the blood, and I'm like, no, this is not what I want to do. But I was an ICU nurse for years and years.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Excellent topic, guys. Excellent.
Yes, and we must say that Jennie was also named Time Woman of the Year in 2022.
Wow. Woo! For what now? What exactly was it? For the work
for activism, and you know, we've done work in the movement and trying to get rid of these racial disparities. The differences between the Black and Indigenous women is so much higher, and it was really about, you know, fighting that good fight, making sure people have access to care. We've been running our organization nearly 30 years, and we have never turned a patient away, never once. And we've never had a bad outcome, no dead mothers, no dead babies, nothing. And so I think I got that recognition for activism at the time and for trying to champion maternal health rights.
Congratulations, that is excellent work. So that's another side of you there, comes out as a woman from the Caribbean. As you said, your lifestyle, your beginning with your parents and your aunties and whoever was in it from Jamaica, that is what brings everything out. You got excellent training.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. So how can people find you and learn more about you?
Very easy. My organization is called Common Sense Childbirth, right? So it's commonsensechildbirth.org is the website. And we're all over the internet, or you can look up my name, Jennie, with an I-E, not with the Y, Jennie Joseph.
All right. Wonderful. Common Sense Childbirth. We will be sharing that on our pages. So, you know, anyone that's interested in that field or even experiencing that, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Blessings. You're very welcome to hang on as we introduce Dr. Lorna Shufford, and another amazing queen, just so amazing in so many different, I don't know how she stays looking so young, and you know, because she's just in so many advocacy herself across the board. And this queen, her heritage. Well, I'll let you tell us about who you are, Dr. Lorna.
Dr. Lorna.
First and foremost, praise to the highest and a whole.
Amen.
So honored once again to be in this beautiful form of my heritage, and Queen Donna and the gorgeous host. I mean, we can't say much about him. He's there in person this time.
Yeah,
I didn't see him the last time.
Yeah.
But
yes, thank you.
I just want to say that one of the reasons I keep up and like Queen Donna says that I look so good is because I follow her tips. She has a great tip platform, and she does it across the board. And
we do a lot of intermittent fasting and all that good stuff.
I do, and I listen to your tips, and mental wellness is essential too.
Forgiveness.
So, forgiveness and moving forward. Tomorrow is here, and we're living it, and we need to enjoy it. But I'm so honored to be here today and to be among such great peers and cultural brothers and sisters. I just wanted to say one thing. I am triple honored today. Simply, there's three things that happened to me today. One is that Sister Donna has me on her platform. And second, I was just named um, the Caribbean ambassador for all the indigenous community in Nicaragua.
All right.
And that,
Congratulations.
yes, to represent all of us in the Caribbean, Bluefield, and all of that that have been misguided and misrepresented, and also represent, Cuba and the other islands. But I'm also representing Black Wall Street for the state of Florida. It's its global ambassador, and Queen Donna was, and as part of that, we're working on revising that to the standard that we're all equal and balanced. But most important, out of that came myself being vice president of the Trail of Tears. And I want to make sure that the Trail of Tears, when I got involved with them and they called me in, I told them that if my Caribbean perspective and due diligence heritage is not involved, I'm not going to be in it. Because it is through our lineage that the rest of the Turtle Island, the America, um, strive for and came about. The Maroons, the Arawak, the Taínos, Caseques, all that influence in the mid eastern part coming towards the Caribbean, you know, Turtle Island, which is called now the United States. Um, but having all that heritage, I'm also Cuban, Jamaican, Filipino, and having also Puerto
Everything
Rican
now.
lineage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I've helped all these community, and I recently found out that I do have direct Taino blood from Borinquen, Puerto Rico, and Jamaica and Cuba, and I never knew that in my whole life. And I kept donating money, sending containers to Bahamas, sending this, and recently came. I guess the Lord puts us in place when He's ready. He opens up our eyes, and He brings due
Yes.
diligence, like Sister Donna, to the table,
Yes.
and other people. But mostly, what I want to do is I want to send a special invitation out to everyone to participate in the projects that is before us. I'm going to be sending Queen Donna all the information because it's edifying our culture and our heritage. And it's a great way to learn about the indigenous community. Now, the last honor that I get, I'm going to say the fourth honor today, is the beautiful young lady that just spoke before me. Why? Because I am an alumni. I was born in my house by my auntie, who was a midwife, and my grandmother.
All right.
It was my second sister, so I'm an alumni. Yay!
Yes,
Perfect show.
yes. Awesome.
So I made sure that when my daughter, my only daughter, had her kids, that it was also through midwifery. I'm sure she
Yes.
knows the center in right there up of Miami Shores. And my daughter, both her kids went through midwifery as well as being born in. They didn't want to be in the water, but they got born through the midwifery. They're like, no water. We're like land
Yes.
bound. So they went through it, but they were actually at the center, were born out of the water, as well as the aspect that where I was born in Guantanamo, Cuba, we had a lot of Caribbeans and Jamaicans there, and we also found that during the revolution that is currently in place, there was really no hospital, no sustainable support system for the women, just like mainly it is today. So midwifery was very important, and it was actually the Afro Cubans, the Afro Jamaican, the Afro Latina, that essentially was there. There were Haitians, there were Jamaicans, there was Antilles. My grandfather actually administered and did the HR, the labor for Guantanamo Bay. So he would go into different islands and bring women from different Caribbean nations to Guantanamo. And most of the time they had those skills. So sometimes when the soldiers had their wives or whatever, they couldn't really do nothing because we were like pre-war, whatever. Some of these women would come over to work and they would do the midwifery till the time that they will leave back to the United States and have the baby, or sometimes the base will permit them to have babies there. But this show today is just so essential. It brought me into internal tears, um, to see that such an art, such a skill. Um, Half of my family's in the medical field. My sister wanted to be a veterinarian because they wouldn't accept her to be a midwife back then. When she wanted to be one, there was really no skills down there, and they were limited to our kind of people. So I'm so happy that this sister, God has given her the grace to excel
Yes,
our
yes,
culture, our
amen.
race
Yeah.
beyond expectation.
Yes,
Hallelujah.
yes, amen, amen, amen. Love it, love
So
it.
I said
It's
a whole
amazing
mouthful. I'm
how
like the hummingbird.
sometimes I fuse guests and the the connection. I don't even know.
That's by the grace of God, Donna. That's how you thrive, and you're universal and you're non-denominational in the sense that everybody is acceptable by you. So
Mhm.
this show speaks volumes of yourself, your continent, your crew, and the ability to edify our heritage.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yes,
so honored today to be a Caribbean Afro-descendant entity in front of you guys.
Yes. And
thank
you
you.
heard her, I mean, was it Cuba and all the different, she's
Yes,
so essential. So many people go to her to get more information about the indigenous community. I mean, she's got stories that she can tell you that probably not even in history books.
Yeah, true.
So you are a very valuable human being.
Thank you, Miss
yes,
Donna.
ma'am,
And
you are.
I'm making sure that they're having three major indigenous events this year. And I've been ordained as well and recognized by the so-called American or Turtle Island Babas and caciques and grandmother as now the grandmother that represents the Caribbean nation, because I fought so hard, not even the Puerto Rican or Borinquen Tainos that were the United Nations. I was supposed to be there. When they received their acknowledgement, did not represent us well, did not do that. And I got away from that. But the Lord saw fit for our people to be dignified, because he says that the first should be last and the last should be what?
First.
Hallelujah. We're
Yes.
first. So we cannot, we just gotta smile and be humble, because everything's already done for us. He's pre-written everything. And I
So
told them
true.
I had another incident today where they brought in the South American quetzal bird and put it between the eagle and the condor. The event that we're having is called the Eagle and the Condor. And then they just brought the quetzal bird to show South America or Latino. I'm saying, wait a minute, where's my hummingbird? Oh, we don't need a hummingbird. I said, no, you're mistaken. Okay, you can't put it. Well, it's last minute. Okay, don't worry. I'm the hummingbird. I'm coming to represent my island people. We're
Love
not
it,
going to be let down, because guess what? Everybody's
love
in
it.
image. I'm in person representing our heritage and blood. So
Yes,
this event tonight that we're having right now is the what do you call that? The nail that the hammer struck, and you, Donna, Queen Donna, have just validated who we all are, because of all these three major indigenous meeting I had today of recognition. You just sealed the deal with this platform.
Well, thank
I
you,
agree.
thank you. And Dr. Lorna is in South Florida. You know how busy they stay down there, Lois. Oh my
yes,
God.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
we're
of
falling
course.
into the ocean. We have to keep going so we don't fall down there.
Lots of things going on.
I'm
Madam,
small.
Madam, I am so awe of you and what you've been doing. This is the second time or third time I know Donna have you on this
Mhm.
platform, and
I'm
just
sorry.
understanding you throughout the time that we have been talking to you. You have done, you have represent, you have no shame in your game. You speak your mind. And I think that's what I love about you. You're not afraid to talk and to defend your heritage. That is
Yes,
so rare and so
yes,
lovely. And I salute
yes,
you this evening. And you keep going, going, go, keep going, man. We love you.
Yes.
yes. Well,
Yes.
yes, it's about the Lord said, well, there's two or more in his name and purpose and mindset. That's where he'll be and deliver and bless us, protect us,
Yes.
and above all, give us the blessing and prosperity that we need to emphasize him and move forward rightfully.
Man.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Awesome. Last words, Dr. Arlene?
I am grateful and honored, to be here and during this month, special month where we honor trailblazing women. I salute you, Jennie, for all that you have been doing over the years.
Amen. Yes.
Empowering our women and our communities to make it thrive and flourish and educate. And you don't know the impact that you are making, but God knows, and He has a reward for you. And nice to see Dr. Lorna again. What a powerful woman she is also. All the time she comes, she has so much to
Full of fire. She's full
educate
of
us
fire, don't
about.
she?
Yes, she is. I'm going to want to be like you when I grow up. And in
Yes,
my
you're
other
full of
life,
fire.
I'll be like Jennie.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Donna, what can I say? Queen Donna, we salute you for just bringing us all together
Amen.
all the time and
Yes.
bringing all these ladies to the forefront.
Good job. Yes.
Yes.
She's a spark. She's a spark that starts the fire.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Well,
fire
we
going.
we we give God glory because I get connected. I keep getting
Yes.
connected to these amazing souls, and so that's
Yes.
Yeah. And so let me honor Donna as well as we start this month. Donna, you've been around for decades. You and I have been around for decades, and we have seen each other, but I've seen you out there. You're always out there. Every little corner you show up, you did it. And that is what I love about you. You have no fear of being wherever your spirit say, wherever you are. And you show up and you do and you contribute. And so you're just blossom in a beautiful,
thank you.
beautiful way. And I appreciate our friendship over the years and enough love, my dear.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, everyone. And I know we've got some people on. I don't know if anyone want to say anything as we wrap up.
Yes.
Hello. Peace and blessings to everyone on the line tonight.
Blessings. Thank you.
Honored
Thank you.
I love the name Yod.
tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lorna, for this opportunity here tonight. Peace and blessings to everyone that's on the line. I'm hearing some wonderful and awesome stories and the history of everyone on tonight, and I'm just elated by what I've heard this far. And so my name is Kim, and I came to America. I don't know if it's really echoing in my background, so I apologize for the echo in the background. My history, my parents are from Guyana, that's South America, for anyone who knows about Guyana.
Yes.
And I was born in Trinidad and Tobago on a business trip, came back to Guyana and came to America in the early 80s, and grew up with my parents, and thought America was the place to be. I thought it was everything, everything was just seeming so appealing to me, and because of my parents, well, my dad, because of my father's harsh discipline, I got mixed up with the wrong crowd of people and ran away, chose to ran away at 13 years old, and have experienced a lot, at such a young age.
Yes.
And, have some wonderful parents here that is in Boston, Massachusetts now as we speak. And so my experience of coming to America and wanting to fit in, has taught me a lot,
Yes.
the good and the bad. And running away has really taught me a lot about wanting to be a part of something that I wasn't fully aware of. I didn't really know America. I just wanted to fit in. I just wanted to be a part of the crowd, a part of the glitz, a part of the glam, and just wanted to be a part of that excitement, and ran away and just got caught up in a lot of bad things and kind of neglecting my heritage and neglecting, my roots, trying to be a part of something that I knew nothing about, trying to fit in with the in crowd, trying to be Americanized.
Yes.
And so, that was my experience at a young age. And, excuse me one second. I think I can't really.
You just went muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I apologize about that. Okay. That must be on my end. And so, like I said, coming to America, I was a young teen mom, and my parents obviously wasn't really too happy about that, right? I'm still in high school. I don't know. I'm a baby having a baby. And my parents were very disappointed in me, but they still kept loving me. They still showed me, love and grace, and just continued to accept me, with even with my mess. And so, um, and I'm giving back now to the youth, and to women, because that's my heart, because I learned so many things in the streets that I know that can help another woman, to cope, to go through, like in a very helpful way, and so I'm here, and that's my heart, and I want to definitely use my gifts. I'm a gospel artist, and my stage name is Yachty 13, and through my music, I share my experiences, and I share in simplistic and holistic ways of how women can overcome difficult challenges that they face in life, because I've been there and I've overcome, and I want to give back to that. And me and my husband, we give back to the people, with all of our heart, because that's our heart. We have a heart for people, we have a heart for the youth, we have a heart for the community as a whole. And so we work together, in such a powerful way to reach, people in powerful ways.
Right.
And so, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes,
Sorry,
yes.
am I blocking off again?
Yeah, you're starting to kind of fade out and now you're muted. But such a powerful, powerful
Yeah.
story. We'll
Yes. Yes.
definitely have to
Very good.
we'll definitely have to have you on another time and we have more time to hear more about your story and how and your music, how you're using music
Yes, yes,
to be a part of healing. I do a lot
yes.
of I do what we call slay, which is speak life about you. So I do slay sessions. I
Oh,
hope to
wow.
do one in Miami or down south, and we just teach about inner healing that inner child, because like you said, we can carry so much of that into our adult lives, and when we meet people we don't know what each
Absolutely.
other trauma from each other's inner child, and and if we start to
Ab-
look at people differently, as wow, that person can have trauma that I don't even know about or probably will never know about, and look at
Absolutely.
people differently and do more forgiveness.
Yes.
She's not
It's
in
so
Miami, Donna. To let her know you're not in Miami.
Where are
We
you?
just met in Atlanta.
Oh, you're in
I just met her in
Atlanta. Okay,
Atlanta over
well,
the weekend,
we'll
but
have
she's
to
not
do
in Miami.
Atlanta
Tell her where
too.
you're from.
We'll have to do a sleigh in Atlanta
She's not in
also.
Atlanta either.
I don't want
We
to.
just met up in Atlanta.
Okay.
yes, I
Well,
definitely
we'll
can.
definitely connect off the show and get together, because yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and then we're especially in this climate that we have to work even more to heal traumas, childhood traumas, and embrace love, peace, forgiveness. We
Absolutely.
got to get back to our culture, get back to our nature, get back to the holistic way of life, adding in the intermittent fasting, adding in different ways for us to be healthy in our mind, body, and soul. We can't
Yeah.
just be focused on one. It has to be all three,
I
right?
agree.
I'm really in agreement
Sounds
with
good.
that. That's perfectly the truth. We actually have a song that's called Forgive Yourself. Speaking of forgiveness, my first single that I released here lately, it's called Choose Life. And so, it just basically it's a relation, between myself and people. I'm giving the people something they can relate to, and that's
Right.
why they feel, the music that I present, because it's like, yeah, this stuff is real and it's personal, and so
Yeah.
definitely want to give back, you know what I'm saying, to the heritage, you know what I'm saying, and
Thank
stuff like that.
you.
We definitely have a passion once again, for everything that we do, because we are a jack of all trades, and we just want to pour into the lives of people to make their lives better through film, through jewelry, through our, my music, through directing, arts, plays. We just our skills and our giftings to give back to people to make their lives better.
And so, is Cowboy, is that,
Hey, how's it going?
are you guys
Cowboy.
together?
Cowboy's here. Cowboy. Hey, it took me
Oh,
a minute.
No,
I
no,
thought
we're all friends.
miss all of y'all before I got on here, but hey, how everybody doing?
We're good, my
I
brother.
thought
How are
maybe
you?
you were supporting, but I guess, yeah, you're all friends. So thank you for joining us. I see
Oh,
Patricia is also on. Hello,
Yes.
Patricia. Blessings.
Hi, Donna. Yes, I was invited by Miss Lorna. I'm an hospice care nurse. I've been for many years, and I've done hospice care specifically for 14 years, where I take care of the terminally ill. And I'm an author of 4 books, one being How I Overcame Abuse, My Struggle to Become Whole after molestation and rape. So I know about the childhood trauma and all of that, and growing up and having to overcome that and so forth. And I also wrote a children's book, My Unique Self. I also wrote a book, Coming to Terms with What is Revealed, and A Husband Sent by God. And we're trying to
Oh,
put that forward. So I
All
think,
right.
husband sent by God. I love
That's
great.
I like
yeah.
Very good.
Oh, thank
Thank
you
you,
so,
ladies.
so much.
Well,
Happy Women's History Month.
Yeah.
I know, Dr. Lorna, you were trying to say something, but you're muted.
No, I was telling I was telling Pat to say where she was born because it's also relevant to the whole show today.
I was born in the UK, Birmingham, England.
All right.
Another another UK.
Right
My
on, right
brother's
on.
in Birmingham.
You got it right today.
Yes,
We
but
all multicultural on here, huh?
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Patricia, where's your you were born in UK, but where's your family?
They're here, they're in the United States, they're in Germany. Yes.
Okay.
And
Any
your parents?
Caribbean?
Yes, my mom was from my mom and my dad is from Jamaica, St. Anne, Jamaica. They migrated to England, and that's where we were born. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Big up.
Yes.
Big up. Big up.
Yeah, thank you.
Big up.
I know a lot of us went to, whether it was UK, Canada, or US, was like the 3 main where,
Yes.
Okay.
so, and here we are, and thank God for Zoom that we can still get together and connect and again celebrate life, culture, and community together. And that is the end of our show. We have to wrap up. Louis, last words. I know you've got to jump off too.
Yeah, I am just, I'm delighted and glad to see all the women contributing and that have contributed positively around the world in their community, in their society, in their business place, in their club, in their organization, at church, at the workplace. You have all
Yeah.
contributed excellent. And so I'm very glad as we celebrate this month, let's continue to big up women, big up all of you women every day, because again, without you, the house is not complete. You have completed the house. You're the completion. You're the glue. You are everything that happened in the house. And without you, we men, some of us become real, not very, very stable. And so you put all of that together, and we salute you this month and beyond. Thank you.
Thank
As
you.
Louis mentioned that, do you know that even when people are trying to get jobs or political, positions, they always try to get them with a woman
Yes.
to get settled down, like to get, to get a grip on life.
Yes.
There's something when you've got a good woman to kind of, she can balance you if you allow it. She can balance you and love you and support you. And we have to remember that women, we are the portals from the unseen realm to the seen realm. That's how important we are.
Just
Portal.
let us have it then. Just let us masculine men have it. Give it to us. Give us more. We need
Yes,
all the wisdom we can have right now. Give it to
when
us.
you think about it, right? Portal, unseen to the seen.
Yes.
That's how important we are. And I know they always said that the women came from the rib, but really the men came from the womb. That is really the correct. So because we have to understand that's a whole nother topic that how male dominance, but you can't without the woman. She is the nurturer.
Yes.
You know, I heard something growing up too throughout my studies of life. You know, women are the water. That's why we're born in that water. They produce us in the water, but men are like air. We're the pressure. We're the force that go through. You know, but when you look at both of it, if you're out there in the water can have a attitude sometimes. It can be bad weather, right? That's just like you women, ain't it? Ooh, y'all can watch us on the shore, don't you?
Yes, sir.
You got
Yes,
us brothers. Then you got us brothers. We like air, but the air can act up too.
Yeah,
you
air
got
can
the
act
air
up.
and the water acting up together. We gonna have an F5 hurricane.
Yes, when you think about that water, she can be, the water is just real gentle, and then when that hurricane comes and it can destroy.
Everything needs a substance to be something.
Yes.
You know, for humanity, a man, we need our woman to be what we are. That created from creation itself.
Yes.
It helps us become more of what the light is that radiates in us every day.
Yes.
You know, we share that light amongst one another, not by a physical form, but by the spiritual essence that it is. If you're on the downside of it, you're weak. If you're on the upside of it, you're strong. So yes, we need that.
Yes.
We need that whole piece from you women as the queens, empresses, or however it may be.
Yes.
You are the connection to our connection to make a whole in the adjustments of life today.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Cowboy.
Beautiful Cowboy.
All right,
Thank you,
everyone.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Donna.
Until next week, we've got a couple more awesome women next week that's coming up, and then throughout the rest of the month. So we give thanks to the Most High for health, wealth, happiness. So we are here tonight again to celebrate life, culture, and community. God bless.
Good one, everybody.
Thank
you.
God bless. Peace.